Hello everybody, Trisha here again. Nice little card for us to do today. This is the card, and this card is all about using up some of your stuff you've got stashed away. We all have loads of petals hanging around. We have loads of bits and bobs of die cuts, and this is just a way of using it. So I haven't actually die cut anything for this card. I've just gone through my folder of pieces and sorted out some things. Luckily I did have some of them ready for this. So to get started with our card, the first one we used was this lovely lady, Audrey, and it's a Julie Nutting stamp. I just love these. They're so delicate, so elegant, that's the word. So you're going to need that. You're going to need your stamp platform to stamp the whole image out, and then I just use the stamp without a block for the rest of the stamping. You're going to need your flower making ball toolkit and sponge. Tweezers will come in handy. Black Sharpie to do your edges. A water spray. We're going to do our flowers wet. And then ink colours. I've gone for Bright Persimmon, Peeled Paint, Mowed Lawn, Victorian Velvet and Aged Mahogany. And I think Victorian Velvet is an unsung colour. It's a colour we don't use very often, and we should. It's a lovely colour. So I'll go through the bits. So the first thing when I was sorting out what I needed was a pattern paper for a dress that would be suitable for this style of dress. So I went through my stash and found this, and then I found that as well. They didn't come together. They just matched really nice. And on this one I've used slightly different, same pattern but slightly different. So I've teamed it up with the back, slightly different colour. I just take them off of there. So I've still used the cream back page, but this time I've used this colour instead of the mink. And you will see how nice they all go together with that. Just get that focused. There you go. It just all fits in nice with it. So that's my two colours, my back sheet. And I've used cream because I did find two of these. And you know how you get these? It's where one buys one die and one buys a different one, and you cut them out and you swap. So this is how I've got these. This isn't my die at all. But it just fitted in with this, so I sorted that out. And then luckily I had two of these, and I keep these all in a folder with pockets in, and different ones for different dies. So I don't know whether that'll help, but it does me. Then I found this, and I thought, well, that's quite nice too. And then I found a bow that I thought, oh, let's see if we can maybe use that. So today I'm just going with the flow as well as some of it being. I've got a couple of these, which I like. I think they're lovely. I found this, and I thought, oh, that's nice. Let's put that on there so you can see. See, like that as a corner. Nice. What else have I got? Oh, and this one. I thought that was really nice. And again, we're going to use these. I'm going to cut into them and use them in a different way. Little bit of ribbon I found. Goes really nice with it. Oh, I've got lots of little flourishy things and petally things. And I had loads of these cut out. I don't know what for, but so I'm using these as well. And then I've got a couple of them ones which I think are heartfelt. Well, they're all heartfelt. I didn't use anything else but heartfelt at one point. So let's sort these out so I know what I've got. So flowers, I'll put my flowers over here. Got bits of rubbish paper there as well. That's them ones, that's that. Some leaves. Some different style of leaves. Got and another one of them. It's a flower. Another bit of paper. So it was. I just sorted a few things out, and I just cut out the just for you to go with it. So the first thing we'll do. So if I just put that over to one side. So what I did first was I stamped the big stamp using my stamp platform onto thicker card, just a bit of cereal box or something like that. This was actually the back of a heartfelt creation pad. I use them quite often. And then I cut it out in white card, so we're going to stick that on there. And the same with the hat. The first thing we've got to do though is cut the hole in our hat. So with a knife, can you see what I'm doing there? There you go. So with the point of the knife at the start of where I want it to go, I just poke it in and get it started, and then I'm just going to slowly, I find I have more judgment if I do it slow than if I do it quick. And because this is thicker card, you will have to do it a couple of times. You can hear that cutting. That's it. Take off that excess. And the same with the white. Not quite so difficult. There we go. So to stick these together, now I'm going to use Collal. And the reason I'm using Collal is because it's a really good stiffener. So I'm just gonna, little bit all over. Don't go mad, less is more. I think all glues is less is more. I'll just stick that on there. Get that in the right place. There. We need to come over a little bit. Needs to go there. There we go. Flatten it all down. Hope we're happy with it. There you are. That's that bit done. Same with the hat. Try and keep away from the cut. Can't see the glue for looking. That's it. Put that on there. Exactly the same. And then you've got that. And that should be okay. There you go. Just push it the other way. That's better, thank you. There we go, there's a hat, so that will fit on. Like that, there you go, see? So that's that, we'll leave that aside now, because I want to do our flowers first. because we're doing them wet, they'll need time to dry. So I'm just sorting out my flowers, and I'm going to do them here so you can see them. So I've got one big one, a smaller, and a smaller one. So it's 3 different sizes. So I need that one in there, that one in there, and that one in there. And then I think we may just do, how many of these have I got? 3. We may just do them as well. We're going to colour them first. I'm just going to move my paper over there because I like to work on my glass when I'm using inks. Let's get a sponge. Oh, we'll have one for green, and then I think we'll have that one. That's beautiful. So the flowers I'm going to do, just need a dauber, or a dauber I should say. And all you want is a little bit of green in the middle. Of the smaller piece for each flower. Let's just give that, I'm going to change that one because I'm not happy with that. So that's the middle bits. The pink. Good rub on the ink pad. And then in onto the flowers. And cover all the petals nicely. And if you go in from the edge like that, you'll get a darker edge to the petal as well, which all is good. So we're going to go around here. Around after I do them. Changing the weather, ladies. I don't like it. I'm a sunshine girl. Stay over there, lady. Don't jump your turn. I think I'm going to have to start buying some new inks because I think mine are just beginning to start being used up. I have had them a long time. I've never had to renew one yet, so I class that as being lucky. I use a circling motion. I think you get a smoother effect by using a circular motion. One more to do. Nearly there. That's it. Now these ones I'm going to do a darker pink. So we've got a little bit of a contrast. come in off the edge to get your darker edge. That's the flowers done. Wipe our board off. Now, I have to put you over there because I keep catching the sleeve on you. So these, you'll see if I get up close, they've got lines in. If you turn it over, you can see that they're cut there. So what I'm doing, I'm just cutting to release the petals. And you're just going to go around all of these. It's just a little snip. So that they split. This one, and the same with this one, you can see the lines, and I'm just going to snip into them. I like to do it from the front because I can see the lines better on the edges of the petals. We can see that one there. That one. Almost there. That one. And that one. I think we've gone round that. Bit time consuming, but it's so worth it at the end when you see what a lovely flower it is. You haven't got to use these flowers, obviously. These are what I've got in my stash. You can use any flower, mix match, use 2 different sets of petals for the flowers, make them a totally different flower. That's done. Last flower, the outer leaves. Petals first. That's that one. Now the last one, these little ones. I had to treat myself to a pair of Chloe scissors. They look so easy to use, and they are. They're lovely, and the points are sharp. I find a lot of the little scissors, the points aren't sharp, but they are, and there's them. So the next thing, we're going to turn them upside down. When I make flowers, I like to keep them together as they're going to go together, but I don't get them all mixed up and regret. So we're going to spray mist them. Let's get my sponge. Leave a little space there for my sponge. Just give them a little tap so you can feel them going. Oops, stuck that one together now. And them over. that's it. Now it needs just a little bit more, not quite wet enough. And while that's soaking in, I'll do the littler one. Now, I'm not using a very wide, big ball tool, and you just push in at the end of your petal and just bring it down a little bit. And you're going to do all them petals separately. Just push in at the end and roll it down a bit. Not right to the middle, just a bit. And then you're going to turn it over, use a slightly smaller ball, and just push in and go round in a circle so you end up with that shape. And you see that? Oh yes, that's lovely. Now I'm going to do the big one to me. In and down. In the point. So what I'm actually doing is in at the point and pushing down. In at the point and pushing down. Don't be frightened to push in. You're not going to hurt it. You do have to be a little bit more careful when your flower is wet or damp. And now again, I'm not going to turn it around because I don't need to. Round and round in a circle. And there you have your, and that shape again. So that's going to go over there. And now we're going to do it to all these. In at the top and down, turn it round. And I go at the base of the petal when I turn them round. So I make a circular movement at the base of the petals. Let's bring that up there, get that at an angle. So at the base of the petals and go round. And that will give you your cup. And again, in, bring it up. Turn it over. Push it in. And we're just going to push the ball in the centre. And like the middle bit, just go round and round. So ball in there and just go round and round. Make a cup, go round and round, smooth it out. And again, the end, just squish it round. And that's another flower done. So I'll just do these. Them. So that's that. I'll just leave that side there because clear up this wet, as you don't want the wet. I'll just get key. There we go, nice and clean again. So while we've done them, we're going to leave them to dry to do everything else. We might as well do our leaves as well. Now I'm colouring everything. I may not use it all, but I know I've got it if I need to. So, peeled paint first. Peeled paint. And again, I rub round and round, get lots of ink on. And hold the petal. Just rub it in. And I'm going to do the back side as well. Not my backside, the leaf's backside. And again with these, just gently, these are quite a delicate, and I'm just doing them, not a real too dark, because I'm going to change the colour of these with a little bit of red in a minute. Just get my light going. That's it. Same. Backs. I think them ones will do in the dark, or darker green. I'm just gonna touch these edges on these. And again, use my circle and in from the edge to get that edge. And these I'm just going to rub in like this. And again, and when I do the back of these, I'm just doing the tendrils. And these ones I'm going to do all, because I'm going to stick them out of the flowers. As I've got a hair stuck here somewhere. I'm going to go back to the dark pink there. And that I'm just gonna, these little ones, I am literally just tipping. There you go. I'll hold one up in a sec when I've done this one. If you can see that. There you go. Now you can see it. Okay. Just gives you a different type of leaf by just changing it slightly. And again, the difference with that little bit of colour. As I said, I may not use them, but if I want to use them, I've got them. Finish this one off because I'm not happy with that. Oh, there we go. So that's all the leaves done as well, so we'll push them aside. That's that done. Let's get that off my fingers. And the bow, I think I'm going to colour this just in case I decide to use it. I'm going to do nice and dark, and just rubbing it along, and then I'm going to go in and just squeeze with my sponge that way to get into the middle, and then just a little bit on the other side so I know. That bit done. I'll get the rest of my bow just in case I use it. the only bit of the bow I haven't got already cut out is the middle bit, but I'm going to substitute that with a lovely gem if I use it. Don't forget the edges. Husband's just come in, so it must be raining again. Right, nearly finished. And then just squeeze in the edges there, just to make sure I've got in the middle of them. There, that's lovely. I think that's it I need for colouring now. Let's clear that off so we don't get the colour under my fingers as well. Just dry that now. I'll put the flower things away. And then that's that done. Right, let's move that all out of the way so we can get doing. Right, so I think what I'll do first is put our two pieces together. So just for show, I'm not going to stick it to a card. I'm just going to make it up ready to go on a card. On like that, and again I'm using Collal because it does give you a nice bit of stiffness when it's dry. So if we get that even, there we go. Get my inky blinky, run round it. I know it was cold this morning, but it's warming up, I think. So that's that bit done. And now we can do Our Lady. So I'm going to put her there and get the pieces I need. Now, ooh, right. Get our stamp out. Let me just see that. So this I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black. So I'm going to do the skirt first, and because I only want the skirt, I'm not going to ink up all the rest. So I'm literally just going to ink up the skirt. And again, ink to stamp and gentle taps. Just go all over the skirt. So then I want to look at my paper and see, I want to put it there because there's lots of gold and the colour there. And again, never take your hand off of it, just use it and then keep that and do around the other side. And then very carefully pull it off. So there you go. There's the skirt stamped. Okay, and now the blouse. I want to do the blouse. I'll just wipe the skirt a little bit, otherwise I'll end up with black fingers and it will be black all over the card. So the blouse, again, I only need to ink the blousey bit, and again light taps, ink to the stamp. And now I want my blouse to be sort of in this piece here where it goes into lighter, and I'm going to go into the lighter to the dark, and then again fingers on it and just go round where you're stamping. And there's your blouse. Okay, now one more thing. I'm going to do just the belt part, and I'm going to do that in the dark. Just going to stamp that under there. And I've stamped a belt, so that's that. Let's take that. Is that a bit of a white? And then we need the hat. I can't get into it. There we go. Now, because this isn't so flexible, I'm going to use a block. And I'm going to do the hat back on the patterned piece. And again, I'm going to try and get it on. Oh, no, I can't do the hat because the hat's got words on. Don't want to cut here. So what I'm going to do is draw around my shape. Let's pop that there. Let's see if I can find a pencil here somewhere. I'll find everything by a pencil, even though you know you've got one in there. Okay, I'll do a pen. Find a pen that works. It helps. There, that's that. Right, now we're going to cut things out. And as always, I cut round it so I haven't got so much paper to hold. And it makes it easier. Now what I do is when I cut round, I'm going to leave a bit of that belt so that the belt sits on it. It will look as though it's joined if you do that, rather than paper pieced. Around the edges, I use big scissors because you get a lot more go from the bottom of your scissors, especially when you're doing a round cut, because you get a lot longer cut, and I cut each piece off as I go round. There we go. And up there. Almost there. This is a nice stamp. It's not too difficult to cut out by hand. I'm just going to cut that across there. There we go. I think it's better. I've got black trousers now, but I don't care. Now the hat, because I've drawn round it, I'm actually cutting on the pen line. And again, it's nice round shape. So from the bottom of my blade, I use the whole blade so I can get a nice round edge. So that's there on there like that. So that's that bit. And I'm just going to give this a blast just to make sure the ink's dry. It's slightly shinier paper. I don't want the ink to. So I'm just going to cut out the little belt. using my nail there to hold that little bit. There's the belt. Teeny tiny bit. Just gonna give that a little, just to make the edges dry. Good. So this part, we're only going to cut the blouse out, so we don't need, and again, with the blouse, I'm just going to cut it a little bit into the belt. Around there. Let's cut that bit off as well. Around the neck. Shoulder, back down to the cuff there. Use my little scissors if I can find them, you know, in my 4-foot enormous space I have on my desk. Find a pair of scissors is, you know, and I know you all know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to go in and do that little piece there. Hang on, ladies. So that's the blouse done now, and the skirt. The hat we've done. Oh, that was well done. That didn't take too long, ladies. Now don't forget that's your belt, not a spare piece of paper. Just going to put them in there now. Put that in the bin. And now we're going to piece them all together. Now I need some face colour, skin colour, which I'm using my Zig pens. I like these. So I'm just going to go in and colour her face. And her arms. And her neck. That's that. I want brown for her legs. That's a bit of what we've got in here. Got this creamy colour, we'll do her legs in these so it looks like she's got stockings on. But not too dark. I want dark stockings with this one. Go over a little bit where I need a little bit of shading. Again, there we go. matching then. Maybe the lighter colour. Lovely. Quick blast. Make sure it's dry. I've got to find them scissors again. Oh, I thought that, oh, it's a pigeon. I thought it was really raining then. Again, the end of your blade, if you're doing round, you'll get a real even circle if you use all your blade like that. And now I'm just going to cut that off there so I can need the tweezers, I think. I can get in tight enough with that. That won't work. Ah, there I go, that's the way to do it. That's it. Very chic she will look. What colour hair shall we have? Let's have a little bit of, I can find the right colour, because I don't really want, actually, quite nice. Make her a bit, not quite so dark, a bit more of a blondie. So that's a hair we're doing now. Do a fringe. Give her a little bit of highlights as well, just to stop it being a flat colour. There we go, nice. So now we're going to stick all our pieces together. For that we're going to use our tacky glue. Now, pin up there. So when I need my pin, it's up there, ladies. Or gents, if you can shout, tell me. If only. Blouse. Now, I want the skirt on first. This must be coming to the end, I think, because it's getting quite light. And pop this on there. And that there. Lovely, that's perfect. Now we'll put the blouse on. It. Lovely. And now the last bit, and I'm going to put the glue on this bit. Now, so we've done that. Now, I did have a little bit of ribbon here, and I thought, no, that would go quite nicely. Okay, I'll cut another little bit. I don't know whether I want to do that or not. No, I think we'll stick to the dark. I like the dark. I'm happier with that. And now our shoes. There's quite a lot of glue on that, so I'm going to take some of that off. And there's her shoes. So she's all done already. So last thing I'm going to do on her is I'm going to go around with a black marker pen just to finish it all off. Don't be too quick, just do it slow. So here I'm just going to bend it a little bit to get my pen in, and on the hair as well. And I'm just coming in from the front to do this little bit there, and then back round. And then I'm going to try and get in here if I can, so I'll do it from the back first, and then just very gentle through the front, this way. That's it, there we go, perfect, lovely. Just makes it more prominent if you do the black round the edge, and just finishes it off. So now I've finished that off, I'm going to put a couple of pads there, pad on her head, and now I need some more pads. Have I got any more in here? One more in there, excuse me ladies. Now I need a thin one on my leg, and then I'll do the same again, and I'll just cut a piece for the shoes across there. And this one's going to go across her body there. So that's the pads all done, ready for what we got onto her. So now we're going to go on to our flowers. They should be dry. I think I will give them a little blast. These ones will be dry, so it's just these. Now I'm using the lower of the heat just to finish drying these off. I'm just doing the bottoms one at a time. Try not to blow the rest of them off. You'll find by using the water they go quite stiff It's almost like they're porcelain-like. So that's fine. So big one. That's the biggest middle. And now I'll put my sponge back over there, so I need that. I like to use my sponge when I'm sticking together so that I'm pushing it in a bit so it doesn't lose too much of its shape. There we go. So next one is that one, a little tiny one. I'm going to pop that in as well. Just at the base of your petals, pushing down, keeping the shape. And this one, the last one. That's that bit. I think we may put a little bit of glitter on our flowers. I've got my glitter here and my little bit of, I like to use tacky glue, and I'm just putting it on the ends of the petals, on the inner and the outer. And yeah, it needs to be a little bit, just to give it just to make it look a bit different. Put that over there. I'm just going to get hold of them somewhere where I've got a bit of glue. What I'm using is Chloe Sparklicious. Give it a flick. Ice cream sundae. I thought that went really well. I'm literally just putting dots on and then they're sprinkling over. Give it a little flick. Two. Do the last one. Go. Oh, that does give them a little sparkle. Now these ones, I'm just going to put the glitter in the middle. Alright, that's that. Do that. Right, pin. I heard you all shouting, ladies. Right, now let's get the flower leaves. So I want to do just a little bit of a shape to them. I just have a sip of my drink. I don't know what again. I'm just doing a little bit on the tips just to give them, so they're not, you don't want your leaves flat. And just in the tips of these, they are quite small. You don't want them all curling up. But you can see the difference how they look once you stick them. Right, so let's get deciding on what we're going to put where and how. Oh, I forgot to put the hat on. That's my hat, and I'm just going to go around that with the black. Good. Oh, and then this one I'm going to go through the back to do the cutting. That's it. Lovely. So that's the hat. So first thing I'm going to put on is this. Let's get that. So I'm going to do this flat. A little bit of glue, and I'm only just putting a little bit of glue there and the 4 points there so that it's not all sticky, and I'm putting that up towards the top like that. That's it. And then I think I want to put this across somewhere. Not quite where, I'm not quite sure yet, so we'll wait and see first. My spider. So I'm going to cut this through the middle. And then that's going to go there and there. So just sticking it under a little bit. And again, I'm only going to glue this little piece there. Get that underneath. That's it. And again, this one. So when you're doing this, all you're going to be doing is putting it where you like and what of it you like. Gee, that could be too much if I put that there. Let's get... What have I done with me lady? Come here. Where are you? I must be the only person that can lose a lady. Oh, I could put it in a corner across that way. I don't know. I don't really... No, that's not working for me. A little bit of white just to bring... So, I'm going to cut down here. Cut down this one. And then just cut that across there. I'm thinking I might like a little bit of white going in on there as well to colour with a little bit of... Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look from... No, I don't like that. Okay, we'll forget that one. I'm going to cut this through the middle. That looks better. Right, let's cut that bit off there to make that rounded. So I'm just carrying on with the round, and if we put that just under there, I don't really want it to show under there, so that cutting that off a little bit there, so that when I push that in like that to go in there, that will go in there without showing. Yes. And then to make that a little bit, I'm talking to myself now, I know, just to show out a little bit more, I'm just going to do the dark around the edges there, and I'm just going to stick that in across there. The same again on here, I'm just cutting so the round stays there, and I'm just going to cut in a little bit on there, in a little bit of a circle. Let's see if that'll go in there now. That's perfect. Lovely. So do the pink. Oh, nearly forgot the pink. And again, just a little bit of glue on that edge there, and I'm just going to lift that up to go in there, and that to go there. That's it. I'm having to blow that, ladies, because it's off my ink pad, and if I rub, I'll get the colour. Oh, that's nice. I think we'll put her on next. Let the pads off. come on. Off it comes, thank you. Little bit of glue as always on our pads that don't fall off. And then we're going to pop her round about there. There we are. See that coming along now? And now we're going to decide on flowers and whether we're going to put a bow on. No. Do I want a bow? It's going to go like that. No. The bows are gone. Let's get our flowers. I'm going to do a big one and a big one here, and then I want my little one up here with that one and that one. I don't need one of them, did I? To put them in as a bit of white. Yes, I like that. See, it's all bits that I've found and I'm adding as I go along, and I'm using white because there's a little bit of white on our dress. And again, don't stick it all down, just stick what you need to. Get this so that it's almost the same. That's it, lovely. Now we need leaves. I'm going to put some big ones here. Put that big one there. So we're just seeing how we go with. I might put these on there. I did have 3. Ah, there you are. And there. You can go. You can go under there, like that. There. Yes. And then we'll have one of them. We'll kind of cut this off there and pop that there, and then this can go in there. Should be another one of them somewhere. I'll take a piece off there and maybe pop that in under there with that. There, how's that? Yes, I think that looks very nice. So we'll stick our words on. A bit of glue on the back of our hand. Ew. Glued up. Oh, I didn't put my pen up there. Oh gosh, that could be anywhere now. Just dab your words on the bottom, on the back of your hand. Stick that up there. Straight. And I'm just gonna stick that underneath there like that. A little bit. Oh, yes. Take them off. A little bit of glue on that. I'm actually going to take that off as well. Stuck that there, like that. And do the same with this one. Take that off. And stick that there with that. And now stick my flower on. And this one. Just get my tweezers so that I can get it positioned where I want it. And I'm just going to put a little bit on that stem. Stick that in there. That's it. Nice. You'd never go on as you do them, so just go for the best. That's what I do. Bigger ones I do stick down first, and the little ones I'll stick afterwards. This one's going to go just that bit again. I'm just going to pop that there. So it never goes back the way you've done it first. But it never goes back wrong, so little stalk off, and I can use this then. Being slightly longer, it will elongate that there. And in there. In there. That's it. There. That's it. And now just to pop her hat on. Just lift that off of there a little bit. Come on, off you come. Oh, I can't get her on. Hang on a minute. Plenty of room there, and you've got plenty of room there, so okay, I'll take you off. That, well, don't do that. There it is. just going to stick that pad back on there. There we go, all done, apart from the gems. I've got the pearls here. So I've got, I think we're going to go for white ones on this one. A little bit of glue in the glittered flowers. Here's my knife. Pokey tool. One in there. White one, a big one for there. It's green. Where's my white one's gone? And a white one just in that one there. Nearly in. It's in, and then I'm going to put a little tiny one as a little brooch on her there, and then we'll have three on a hat. There we go, and then we want a little tiny one in our words there. That's it, and now we're done. There you go, ladies, just a mishmash of everything we've had already cut out. You'd be surprised what you'll find when you look. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Thank you very much, ladies.